Welcome to Friday night's episode of the Blitz Pickup. I almost want to say hosted by yours truly, but that might sound wrong when I have two wonderful co-hosts that will come up here. It's week 14. We have a game preview because we're in New York this week, and we're going to make this 4 in a row, at least try to, hopefully. So I know the guys are really going to kind of zone in today and talk about some keys that we need to win this game, whether it's players, etc. And score predictions from all three of us at the end. So, my lovely co-host, come on up. Hopefully we fill these boxes today.
Filling boxes is kind of wild.
I'm just saying.
And lovely co-host. I mean, what what is that? Y'all, you could say handsome co-host or fine co-host, lovely. Like what?
I'm sorry. My two most handsome co-hosts on Dolphins Twitter.
There you go, Jess. Appreciate it.
She said Dolphins Twitter. Like, it's a whole Twitter. She just said Dolphins. Like, can we? Nah, don't narrow us down, man. You know what I'm saying?
Sorry.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Hey, Lou, you remember that Patriots fan when they here?
Hey.
I don't know.
That's crazy.
Hey, but I got the keys to the game. Before we even start, let me get mine out early. Lou, apparently, the keys to the game, and why didn't we know this sooner? I don't know why. It's Champ Kelly. Isn't that right, Lou? That's what we found out today.
Yeah. Listen, the keys to the game, if Champ Kelly gets in the locker room and asks them what can they do for him, this game is for sure a lock, Tom. This is a lock. This is a win.
I said, what? So that was the missing element right there. Champ Kelly, boy, the more you know. I said, boy, I heard that, and I say, ain't no way. Hit the light, yes. Hit the like button. Just hosting the lovely Blitz pickup. Who highlighted?
Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy. That is crazy.
All right, man. What's good though? How y'all? Hey, listen, it's Friday, so just keep it PG. If Friday, you know how you get you was wilding Monday and Wednesday.
I'm just saying it might be one of those weeks, like just it is what it is. I feel like it's been a while, so we had to kind of bring it back a little bit.
Hey, salute to everybody in the chat real quick. Again, y'all know how we do. Salute to everybody, but I see my dog Steve in there, and we don't really see Steve a lot over here. So Steve, again, special shout out to you, dog. Salute, appreciate you coming through. But salute to everybody as well.
Shout out, True Fit Fan. I see you in the building.
Absolutely.
Ali, since he called Jess, Vamos Gato, keep Lou in line, Vamos. He been acting a little wild, lately. So y'all keep him in line. Jess, what's good, man? Talk to us.
What's up?
It's Friday.
So it's gonna be cold this weekend.
For y'all.
Not for me. I ain't on that field.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be in the house watching the game. Actually, I'm gonna be in the house watching the game with y'all.
Oh, hold on. Wait a minute. Oh. Who blocked Steve?
Oh.
I know he had said something about that. I think it was a few weeks back, and I looked, and no one's blocked. Like nobody is blocked over here. So I didn't know, but
Steve,
it's crazy. I don't know.
Send me your account name. I'll check the channel to see. DM it to me, my brother.
Yeah, no. What I'm saying, Tom, I looked. No one is blocked. I looked on the channel.
Oh no, he lying. Okay, I mean he joking. I'm sorry. All right. Yeah. Yeah.
I was gonna say, who's blocking people?
I was God. Oh, he must be saying something egregious.
Well. Supposedly, I heard some inside people blocked them. That's what I heard. Oh no, hey, you know what? Never mind. Hey, Tone, my bad. Hey, Tone, my bad, dog. My bad.
Yeah, he says his other account will work. Okay. All right, Judge. We can get it popping then.
Oh, okay. Are you ready? Well, if any of us get booted, I'm blaming you because you set this up. I'm just saying.
Yo, snitching live on camera is wild.
Yeah. You put this one together. So if we get booted, it's your fault. You rigged the shit, and I'm just saying.
Hey, listen. Hey, Lou, do me a favor. Now I know life be lifing, but don't skip no other show, bro. Because ever since you skipped the show, she been like, I haven't caught a break yet. For some reason, it's my fault for every single thing. So good, Lou. Just don't skip no shows. I could deal with you. You know what I'm saying? Because I could go back and forth with you. But she had an advantage because if I get a little rowdy, they'll be like, don't get rowdy with female. You know what I'm saying? So I see what you're doing there, Jess. But I'm gonna let you have it though. I'm just let you have it.
Crazy.
Oh Lord, we got Bones in the building. There go the neighborhood.
Salute to my dog Bones, man.
Bones, what's good?
The neighborhood is wild. But anyway, okay. Offensive keys, right? We got to win this game. It's going to be cold. And we know how, I wish it were colder.
Don't stop. No. Hey.
A-Chain's been on a little hot streak, right? Let's see if he can keep it up. I don't know. I'm worried.
Uh-oh.
So I want to hear you guys' thoughts on what this offense has to do to win this game. Or who's going to help us win this game more specifically, I guess I should say.
Who going first?
I don't know. Whoever wants to go first.
Bingo, Lou ball. Good. I'm going first.
Oh.
Hey.
Well,
yeah. Hey, listen, man. If Tua got the left arm of God, does that mean Champ County the GM of God? All right, Steve. James Madison 17, Troy 7. Yeah, all right, cool. We expected that. But listen, obviously, you said A-Chan been on a hot streak, and as soon as you mentioned my dog A-Chan, Lewis could sit this one out, Mr. Trade. Oh, you can too, matter of fact. Mr. Trade him, y'all. I think y'all should pick somebody else. But
now you remember last year one of our episodes, I brought up A-Chain was better than Jahmyr Gibbs and Bijan Robinson, and Tone argued with me saying he wasn't. But hey, I'm gonna leave that alone.
That's a lot, because I was the one telling y'all that all three of them are in the same category, and y'all were trying to take him out.
But didn't you look at the numbers though and say that Bijan was better and Jahmyr Gibbs was better?
No. I looked at the numbers and said he's right with them, and I said you can't go wrong with either one of those. But I was like, if I had to choose, I will pick Bijan. But you're not. But I was like, A-Chan first season, he was doing better than both of them, hands down. It wasn't even close.
Okay.
But I think you confused me with Fonzo. My bad. Yeah. That's the one with giving the pushback. But A-Chan, to be exact, I think it's over 120 in the past 3 games. Shout out to Lou for sending me that video when they was talking about that. They was talking about him being possibly in the Offensive Player of the Year category and possibly MVP category based on his production that he's been having this season, like as far as receivings, right, and receptions. The only one that has more receptions than him is Christian McCaffrey, right? They say he got over 1,400 total yards, right? And also he's 5 games in a row or 4 games. 5 games in a row. 4 games in a row of 100 plus total yards from scrimmage. And y'all know that when A-Chan gets over 20 touches, this is what they brought out. I think it was Rich Eisen. I forgot his name. But anyways, we're 5-0. When A-Chan get over 20 touches, we are 5-0. Do the math.
When he doesn't, we're 0-7.
0-7.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's safe to say that the keys to the offense is Achan running the ball. I think Mike McDaniel has been doing a good job with managing Tua. I know Lewis. I kind of was trying to set him up, but Lou getting good at this, so he didn't walk into the trap. I wanted him to think I was going crazy about the Tua take, but I think Mike McDaniel has been a great job not allowing Tua to put this team in turnover situations and bad situations, right? And being conservative when need be, and also being trying, at least still attempting to be aggressive. But it seemed like every time he attempt to be aggressive, Tua seems to put the ball in enemies, I guess, area or in turnover worthy plays. I'll say that, right? So shout out to Mike McDaniel understanding that. But yeah, we got to run the football. I think the Jets have a pretty good defense from the passing standpoint, but their rushing defense isn't that well. So I think Mike McDaniel can continue the same trend and leaning on the run game. And I think Tua needs to stay efficient. Don't do too much. Don't overthink it. I'm not giving you any excuses for those long deep shots, saying that they're practically punch. No, that don't fly over here. You need to be more safe with the ball and just be careful, man. We had a conversation earlier, and I want to bring this up too, in these games with Tua's health and him sliding and things of that nature. That's all cool. That's cool. Stay healthy. And even me and Lou had a back and forth. I'm like, yo, I'm not mad at them telling him to slide. Like, I'm not. He knows that he can't. He's not one of the guys that could go out there and take those hits on a game in, game out basis. But my brother, sliding 2 yards or a yard and a half before the first down, and the defender is not that close to you, that is unacceptable. Now, I can understand, and we know Lewis like, no, I need you to be able to play full football, which he's not wrong with that. But even for me, that giving you the benefit of the doubt, come on, you can't slide on those on third down, 5 yards away from the first down. No, that's being too cautious, and that's not even playing football. Why are you on the field, right? So I think that's another key, because it's a divisional foe. So we know the Jets going to play us tough anyways. It was a tough game. The first game, it was a tough game, and we didn't expect them to be. And that was with Justin Fields. Now, Tyrod Taylor, he played us a couple of times. He had some success against us. So I don't think he's, going to be at a disadvantage. But, hey, Anthony Weaver and his squad been balling out pretty good. So offensive side from the Jets, I think that as long as we don't let Tyrod Taylor talk about this more on the defensive side, I think their keys would be for Tyrod Taylor to not get turnovers and for Breece Hall. But for us, I almost forgot my boy. Waddle killed the Jets, y'all. Waddle typically have great games against the New York Jets. I don't care who you line them up again. When they had Sauce over here, he lit Sauce up. When they had Reed over here, he lit Reed up. So I'm not even worried about Waddle and his ability to cook the Jets. I'm more concerned with Tua being able to get him the ball when he's open. So my two keys would be, again, it's going to always be the same. Tua being able to get Waddle the football, and Achan just doing Achan things. Y'all saw, if y'all was here Wednesday, y'all saw the last episode, Achan making people miss in the backfield and creating nothing out of something. And I think he's going to continue to do that. And hopefully, last but not least, Austin Jackson don't start off rusty, because he didn't have a particularly terrible game, but he was rusty. And I seen some plays that even, he could have blocked better, and he was a little late on certain plays, but he should have game 2 getting back into the game speed of things. I think that even bodes more well for Achan as well. So I think Austin Jackson getting back in the swing of things, Tua being efficient with the football, and make sure you give Waddle the ball when he's open, and Achan to continue to do his thing.
Yeah, again, for me, I agree with a lot of what Tone said. I'm probably gonna sound, like an echo chamber, to say the least. But it's not only A Chain for me, Tone, in the running game. We need Ollie Gordon in this game. We
Yeah.
need Jalen Wright in this game. I'm talking about from a running game perspective. Everybody in hand in short yardage. If again, throw in Ollie Gordon. There's Jalen Wright. He had a couple impressive runs
Yes.
this last game specifically, right? So when we're talking about the running game, because Tone, before we got started really for the show, right, and you were highlighting what Richard Eisen said, and he brought up the 20 touches with A Chain, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's 20 touches for him, right?
Yeah.
So let's say it's 15 carries and 5 to 6 whatever passing plays. Again, I don't think 15 carries is enough, especially this late in the season. We got a couple games coming up here in cold weather. 15 touches ain't enough, right? So that's why I say when we're talking about the running game, I want to see all three running backs get some touches, get some run, keep the New York Jets defense off balance. Like I think for the most part, we got three guys that do different things, right? So keep the Jets off balance with the run game. And then the big one you said, Tone, it really comes down to Tua because that running game and all this stuff we're talking about, right? It's great, and we need it to win. But there will come a point in the game, whenever it happens, that Tua's going to have to throw the ball. It is what it is. Every quarterback in the league is going to have to throw. So as far as that's concerned, like I'm sorry at this point, bro, I just don't trust Tua as far as I can throw him. And I heard a crazy stat, Tone, Jess, and the Jets are the only team in the NFL without an interception this season.
Mm-hmm.
Could you imagine Tua being the first one to make that happen?
See, here you go, Luke. God, talk. I was trying to avoid those kind of conversations.
Well, again, but these are the conversations we got to have because these are going to the keys of the game, right? We're talking about running can help, but within the 60 minutes, within the course of the game, the Dolphins are going to have to throw. So just Tua, bro, just take what the defense is giving you. I think Tone, you said it. Just don't try to do too much. Play within the system. Give or take what they're giving you is basically what I'm saying. It just, hey, Bones said, God damn it, Luke. Hey, it is. Like, bro, it is what it is. Like, what am I supposed to do? Like, the Jets are the only team, and unfortunately, we have the league leader in interceptions. So, again, bro, without sounding like an echo chamber, Tone said a lot. And again, I agree with it. Running game, I'm with the Waddle because Waddle always kills the Jets. And then from Tua, man, just listen, Tua, be part of the win. You cannot be part of the loss. You see what I'm saying? Be part of the win, but don't be part of what. If we come out of this game with a loss, at least for me, please don't let it be Tua is the reason that we're all talking about a loss. And that would be my keys to the game offensively. I think Tone, again, was right. Running game, Waddle should, do his thing like he always does. And Tua, just try to be efficient, stay out of harm's way, and take what the defense is giving.
Yeah, and I would like to add one before we move on. Mike McDaniel continue to call the games how you've been calling them. My only tweak is you remember if you watch Mike McDaniel, I know you watching my brother. If you watch the breakdown, simplify that the way you make those guards and tackles pull because there's some game breaking plays available for A-Chan. If you just simple, I'm talking about just switch Brewer going further up toward the second level and let Austin Jackson get to the near defender. And man, those are house calls. And then the last thing to switch up is, the aggressiveness. I understand why you're doing it. Just when we in scoring position, and my only critique is take the point, my brother. Take the point. But yeah. That's basically it.
Interesting. Okay.
Can I say before shout out?
Yeah.
Hit the like button, y'all. Make sure y'all subscribe. If it's your first time, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, put it on all so y'all get notified when we go live Monday, Wednesday, Friday around 8ish. And every time we do the watch party here, either whether it's Sunday, Thursday night football, Monday night football, we're here doing the watch party. So y'all make sure y'all pull up and hit the like button and come join the show. Every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Dolphins game days.
Are you done?
Yes.
Oh, I thought you were going to say something else. It just seemed like you were going to continue, but okay.
No, I was reading Bones comments say 100% Tony on mic adjustments. Yeah.
Oh. Like I said, interesting. Okay. So, I know. I'm telling you now, Tone, if we get booted, I'm
right in position. Look at you.
I'm proud of you today.
Ready to blame me. God.
I'm proud of you, but all right. So, same question. Defensive keys. What is the defense going to do that's going to help us win this game and stop New York from scoring on us too much?
Well, I'll start off this one again. The defense has been playing very well. I believe I've seen a stat to where I think it's the last 5 games the Dolphins are only allowing. I think it's just under 17 points a game over the last 5 games. So just continue to do what you're doing. I would say the biggest key for me defensively is stopping the run. Brees Hall's kind of having a resurgence type season with the Jets. He's a lot of the offense, Garrett Wilson being out and stuff. I would say for, again, the Zeke Biggers of the world, Tone Jazz, the Kenny Grants, the Jordan Phillip, the Zach Sealers, again, play fundamentally sound, stop the run, right? I'll be honest, Tone. I need to see a little bit more from the pass rush, to be honest with you. I haven't really noticed a lot from Bradley Chubb. Chop Robinson has been a disappointment, at least for me this season. I don't know if he's battling some things injury-wise, this, that, and the third. And again, from an organic standpoint, I don't see the Dolphins creating a lot of pressure. So if, Anthony Weaver, maybe you might need to dial up some blitzes here and there, maybe a little bit more. You've seen Minka come off the edge this past weekend, create a fumble. However it comes, just make Tyrod Taylor Tone just get uncomfortable, right? Because the game plan should be take away the run from the Jets and force Tyrod Taylor in that passing game to beat you. And then another key for me defensively, create turnovers. The Dolphins here recently, right, the past couple games, the offense really hasn't been clicking. In my opinion, when it gets this time of year, this kind of weather, we're hearing is going to be cold. It might be some rain, maybe some snow, whatever the case may be. That ball usually gets wet, slippery, whatever. Hey, pause on the slippery. But y'all know what I'm saying. Defensively, get maybe Miami in the offense, maybe a turnover here, turnover there. When you look up, that's 2 to 3 extra possessions. But yeah, for me, that's the keys of the game, Tone, Jess. Stop the run, pass rush, and create turnovers. And I think if all 3 of those things can happen, I think Miami has a good shot at winning this football game.
Hey, Jess, that boy said wet, slippery balls. I don't know if you heard it.
What do you mean by that?
Now, did I say pause?
In the chat.
You know what, man? You know what? This is ridiculous with y'all, man. This is ridiculous, man.
Just put in the just said no, we have a pause mode in a minute, but now we get what you said, man. But yeah, Lou, I think defensively you brought up a very key point. And as well as this defense been playing as of late, the organic pressure is what I think we need to improve upon, right? So just get to the quarterback, because if we can get to the quarterback with 4 and at most 5, then that helps that secondary out. And this defense could only get better. Turnovers, right? I think we should. We need to get a little bit more turnovers. I know it seemed like when we get them, it's like our defensive turnovers come like towards turnovers in bunches. They had a game once they start forcing turnovers. It seems like they get 2 or 3, and then you have games where they don't get any turnovers. So I think make them turn the ball over. And Lou, you said it. Don't let Brees Hall beat you. Just don't. I mean, the running game. Obviously, if you stop Brees Hall, what they got? I think it's Mechie and AD Mitchell.
AD Mitchell. Yep.
Right. So they don't too much strike fear, and me as a DB or from our team standpoint, I don't think they strike any fear anyone hard. And our secondary been playing pretty well. Defense as a whole has been playing pretty well, but this is a rivalry game, and things tend to happen in rivalry games. I don't know, it's just how sports goes. But for the most part, contain Tyrod Taylor. Don't let him make plays with his legs, and hits because he make plays with his leg. Then the receiver get more time to get open, and we know how that could get, and especially when you playing. Listen, it's a Jets. I can't stand. Listen, I want domination in this game. This the game. I want complete domination. Defensive line, continue to play how they've been playing. I've been pretty impressed with how this defensive line been coming along. We've been highly critical of this defensive line. Ever since they inserted Zeke Biggers in the lineup, they look different. I don't know if it's what just his attitude. It's just how he played the game of football. But they've been looking a little bit more violent. Y'all remember when Anthony Weaver said there isn't a problem on this team when it comes to the defense that cannot be solved with violence. And they've been playing violently lately, punching footballs out, right? Creating them turnovers when they start coming, and it's been the defense has been looking very, very, very good as of late. So I think our keys is stop the run, force Tyrod Taylor to beat you from the pocket, not outside the pocket, and we should be fine from that standpoint, and we shouldn't have a problem. Now the conditions, we have to think about those when it comes to trying to create the turnovers. It should be a little bit easier with the rainy conditions. What's the weather like? Do we have just by any chance, do you know what the weather's going to be like? Is it going to be in the 30s?
I'm looking it up right now.
Because if it is, hey Lou, we haven't said this phrase in a while lately. Killing narratively, Lou.
Yeah, killing narratives. Well, I believe I seen the forecast was supposed to be like 40 at the start of the game, but I'm sure that temperature would drop or things could change. But yeah, the 40s, the high 30s, somewhere mid 30s, somewhere around there.
It says the high will be 41. Sunshine with mixed clouds. Winds up to 10 miles per hour.
Yeah,
What's
yeah,
the low?
yeah.
The low is 26.
Killing narrative, y'all. The opportunity to kill some narrative. What is the game? Any game below 40? Okay. So they have an opportunity to go up there. I think no one. You know what? It's crazy, right? Let me mention this before we get into the last segment, right? It's kind of crazy because we got a little bonus questions. I just don't even know I got bonus questions.
Why it gotta be me that gotta worry about you having bonus?
Because you usually know all the questions.
Oh,
dang! You see how you ready to attack? Look, she in attack mode.
I wasn't in attack mode.
I wish it would code to Eric FIC. But look, you notice how we've been winning. No one has been bringing up the narrative that we were supposedly be killing, like the softness, right? People are mentioning it here and there, but when they were losing, everything was soft about this team. It was because they wasn't tough enough. They were getting bullied, and fair. It was fair critiques, right? Because they were getting dominated in the run game, and we were at one point the worst rush defense in the league. But I think it's very, very funny and ironic that we don't keep the same energy when they now all of a sudden teams can seem to run the ball against us, and that defense does look physical, and you do turn on the tape and you see Zeke Biggers and Kenny Grant playing better, right? You see them holding up the line of scrimmage. You see Tyrell Dawson and Jordan Brooks attacking in attack mode. How me and Lou be pointing out when we do the film breakdown on Wednesdays, right? We'll say this is what we talk about. Me and him had the debate. We did have a debate on attacking, right? He wanted them to be lined up more on the line of scrimmage. And I was like, I don't care if you line up the scrimmage, and I don't mind getting a run start 1 or 2 yards off the line of scrimmage. But I do think, right? I do think them being in attack mode has helped this team specifically in the rush defense. Because I see some plays where instead of him waiting and then said, boom. Yo, that's why you call your name after.
See?
Bone, you be on something else. I do think them attacking, it prevents them for being on the reaction mode. And even when they're out of position, guess what? They're in attack mode. So the defense, the offensive lineman or whoever the offender is, don't have that much time to react to them and line them up and position themselves to where they could cut them off or stop them and get to their positions or their spots. Why? Because you're attacking them. Now they're reacting to you as opposed to you reacting to them. And they know where they're going. But at the same time, you can still dictate things by you just attacking the football. And I think that's been a big difference on his defense. And we need to start pointing those things out. Because I guarantee you, if they come out, let's just say this game or the game after, and so the team start running the game, and I was like, and people are going to be like, oh, there go the softness coming. Like, they're not going to wait. They're not going to hesitate to point out how the softness came back and, oh, that was against lesser opponents and things of that nature. But for me, it's going to be like your argument is null and void to me because you wasn't giving credit when credit is due. So I want to give credit with them now being in attack mode. I just want to give them the credit because they have been looking more physical and looking like they're taking the fight to the offensive linemen and the blockers. I don't think we played too many fullback, but they've been taking the fight to the opposing team as opposed to always being in reaction mode. I hate that. That's one thing that I hate. And then to Louis' point, when they put them cornerbacks to the line and they get to put their hands on these receivers and dictate where they're going to go, that is a better defense for me. I love defense, and especially when it comes down to being physical and opposing your wills on opposing team. That to me is what makes me want to watch this team and have confidence into that we could go out there and be competitive at least. So I don't want that to go under the radar how this defense has been in attack mode. Oh shit! I see the nemesis in the building. Crazy Game Boy 305. He didn't say nothing about Tyler Hero?
No, not today.
Oh, I wonder why. Go ahead. Go ahead, Jess. I'm sorry.
Oh. You are on it today.
Hey, man, it what it is. I would just like to keep the same energy. I just like to keep the same energy.
Oh, that's okay. All right. All right. So, Cliff Notes. The defensive keys for anybody that apparently just got here is they need to be able to handle wet, slippery balls and whatever the hell you said.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Okay. Now I said bonus. Yo, Bone, get your brain out of what? That's what you heard. Why you the only one heard that though? I ain't gonna lie. I'm just trying to. You know what? Go ahead. You see, when I stop, I could go back and look at what I missed. You know, I was told to not stop mid sentence because I always read the comments, so I've been practicing on it. And a lot of the stuff go get past me. But God, dog, Bones.
Also, I want to say I did look. It says at 1:00 it will be 40, but feels like 36. So
narrative. Like kill narrative.
Little chilly out there.
Steve is a little wild. Yep. So they got an opportunity to kill them narratives, man.
All right, let's Tony gonna be 3 for 3 today on this. Boom. Proud of you. I'm
See?
so proud of you, Tony.
Ready for it. I'm trying to figure out why am I getting all of the blame for, you know what? I get it.
Because you do the breakdowns, or you do the film breakdowns, and you do a lot of stuff. So you want all the credit, you get all the blame.
Did I say that?
I'm just saying.
I'm just asking, did I say it though? Wow, why I'm getting blamed for stuff that I didn't say? You know what? I'm glad you brought it up because I'm gonna leave it alone.
Really? Oh,
I ain't seen my dog in the chat today, so I'm gonna leave it alone.
All right. Shout out to anybody in the chat that asked for something specific. The Blitz pickup does have a Cash App that we can send you if you need it.
Hey, yo. I forgot about that. Yeah. We we'll set that up.
Yeah, we'll set that up for y'all. We can put it right there in the bottom. You don't even have to DM and ask for it. It'll be right there. Just a quick little thing, just a little blip to put in there, because for some reason today Tony is talking an awful lot in a very short amount of time, and we've only been here for 36 minutes, and I'm we're getting to the last topic at this point, and I need him to talk a little bit more than usual.
You gonna hate on us getting to all the topics? You see, now you complain about us never getting to.
I didn't say us or y'all. I said you, because you usually kind of space out your conversation. Lou is like
complained about never getting to all the topics. Now you want to hate because you know what? Go ahead, do your thing. You can't win. It's a lose situation. That's all I'm saying. Steve is wilding in the chat.
I'm just saying, see, yes, Merry Christmas. It's December. The Blitz pickup does a toy drive. This is my first year going to help run the toy drive, and I'll be glad to do so. So run the Cash App.
Hey, yo. Look at delusional. Look at delusional Patriot fan. Yeah, she said you.
Just got to make sure I get all my shots in it for at Tony for the week. There's a ticker box that I got to make sure that there's enough that
I'm gonna get. Matter of fact, I'm gonna get I'm gonna get a ticker for every time y'all attack me on here.
Oh, okay. Yeah. You heard that, Lou, because he said y'all. So I'm just saying.
What? How do y'all do here?
You leaving Lou out of the
conversation. You and your bestie. Yeah, everybody. I'm gonna get a Tony ticker.
All right. So you kind of touched base on this a little bit. Some key players. Obviously, our score predictions we'll do at the very end. Like I said, you already kind of mentioned some people, but I guess mention them again. Who are your key players to watch for specifically for this game?
You say I'm guessing you're talking about me because
I was talking to you, so you can go.
Okay.
Just want to make sure you knew that.
Yeah, I'm just leaving Lou out. What if Lou wanted to go first?
So, did you ask him if he wanted to go first?
No. Go ahead, Tom. Do your thing.
Oh, the new cornerback. Who's our new cornerback? You talk about Rasul Douglas? Bones? That he came back off injury. To be fair, Tony was trying to put you backstage doing his film breakdown. That's a lie. What?
Exactly. See? Yo, they remember from Wednesday's episode.
That's cap.
Every time you think that you have this chat, they clearly remind you that you do not.
So good, man. I guess I'll be the bad guy. You know what I'm saying? I'll be Juju Brent. I'm not talking about Juju Brent. That injured already. Yo, Steve. Hold on, Steve. You can't come over here and be part of Just Chat too. You know what? Let me go ahead and give my key to Ricky because now y'all in the chat is wild. Oh no, my brother. Hold on. So my bad, y'all. Should have had it on silent. Obviously, A10, that's gonna be my key to victory for sure. Let him continue to do his thing. He needs to get 20 touches or more because we're undefeated. So that's whether it's rushing the ball or receiving the ball. Just give him his touches. Waddle, let Waddle do Waddle things. Just let Waddle do Waddle. He plays well against the Jets. It's a saying, if it's not broken, don't fix it. So that's been working. Tua, just don't mess this up. Tua's going to always be a key to victory because he's the quarterback, not just because his name is Tua. And the quarterback is always the key to victories. And I just want you to have an efficient, clean game, and we should have no problem continuing our trend. I think four in a row will be coming soon. So y'all lay around for it. I'm not gonna predict us to lose like some people did. But yeah, I think
You want to
I think
elaborate on that?
yeah, and I think you
Yeah.
know what I said key players, but I think Mike McDaniel is another key to the game, which is continue to understand how Tua has been playing this season and who we are as a team and what it takes for us to be successful. And that's leaning on his running game. And I'll give Lou some credit for acknowledging this that use more run Ollie Gordon and Jaden Wright so you don't overuse Achan. Because he is more of a smaller back, but I wanted to point out, he's been dealing with his touches and he hasn't been getting injured or nothing. His production has been up there, but it is a long season, so we don't want to overdo it with Achan. So continue to get Achan his 20 touches, but again, spread it out between rushing and passing, and then I'm gonna say this: Waddle needs 100 yards, over 100 yards. He does. Like he was on that hot streak when Tyreek wasn't here, when he was getting his attempts and his targets. I'm sorry, not attempts, his targets, and he was producing. I don't know why we go away from that so much. Please continue to allow Waddle to produce, and we should come out with the victory. And I know Lou key to the game is probably gonna be a kicker or something, so I'm gonna leave him alone because that seems to be his favorite player. But yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready for my bonus questions anyway. So I'm gonna let that's my key. Waddle does show up versus the Jets. That's a fact, Eric. Tua and the
Um,
Dolphins is undefeated versus the Jets.
yeah. Key players for Sunday's game is Champ Kelly. As long as Champ Kelly goes in the locker room and again tells his players what can they do for him on Sunday, again we'll be fine. That's according to Rashad. Nah, again, A Chain key player. Um, Waddle obviously key player. We already mentioned Tua. I mean, it's basically the same three names. I'm gonna go different. I'm gonna go defensively. Jordan Brooks, be a menace on the field. That's a key player for me. Tone, you were talking about with A Chain, keep doing what you're doing, and Mike McDaniel, keep doing what you're doing. Well, Jordan Brooks, keep doing what you're doing,
Facts.
because you know a big thing defensively. It starts for at least for me, Tone, with Jordan Brooks. So I would say Jordan Brooks, Jack Jones, another guy on defense. Keep being that menace, right? He What I'm starting to like about Jack Jones, he's on the smaller end, right? But he's physical, Tone. Jess. He doesn't mind coming up to the line in the screen game and blowing stuff up like that. In the run game, he's really, really good. So Jack Jones and Minka Fitzpatrick, another one. I just trying to name guys, Tone, Jess, defensively, because I do think this is not going to be the highest scoring game of the weekend, right? I think
Yeah.
defense is going to play a major, major role in the outcome of this game. So I'll highlight those three guys. Jack Jones, keep doing what you're doing. Jordan Brooks, obviously, keep doing what you're doing. And Minka Fitzpatrick, bro. Quietly, it started off kind of slow with Minka, and maybe, again, Tone Jess, since we were giving up so many rushing yards early, and maybe the lack of confidence in the secondary, maybe Minka was kind of trying to do too much. But here recently, over the last 3, 4, maybe even 5 weeks, I think Minka Fitzpatrick is playing. I don't want to say from 3, 4, 5 years ago in Pittsburgh where he was an all-pro player, but he's been very, very good for us, Tone, here recently. So those three guys are my keys to the game on defense: Jordan Brooks, uh, Jack Jones, and Minka Fitzpatrick.
Let me. I had started. My bad, because Yeah, Steve, I wanted to get to your question. He said, y'all think we need to use more two back sets with Ollie Gordon? Try to take some pressure off HN. Yes, Steve. That's why I was saying when Lewis brought that up. I was saying that I think that they should keep HN with his 20 touches, but because he doing receiving and rushing, but we still need to rush the ball for 30 or more times a game, and that's where Jalen Wright and Ollie Gordon comes into play. And I like it when they have Ollie Gordon and HN in the game at the same time, just to throw them off, and you can hand either one of them off the football, and then HN is a weapon. He's a weapon. Now I did see, which that reminded me on the film, that Ollie Gordon, he loves to block, like he does. He loves to block, but I see a couple times he tried to inflict that pain instead of just making sure he's in the right position to secure the block. But yeah, he loves to block, so that could be something that they can explore a little bit more, and he just be more sound in his technique, and that we can have something there, and especially in the red zone when teams have to think. There would be no Ollie Gordon. I'm not slandering him. I'm not slandering. I'm just saying I like his mindset when it comes to running the football. I mean, and block when it comes to blocking, and then if he could pose that threat in the red zone to where you have to account for him because he's that short yardage runner, that could be another little what you call that, a little tweak in Mike McDaniel's offense, like the sixth offensive lineman is. So I didn't want to forget to get to your question, Steve, because I think that was a good question. You done, Jess? Are we done?
Yeah.
See, I was just trying to see if you're paying attention. We didn't even give our score prediction. See, you see. You yes.
I didn't say that. I thought you were just asking if we had anything further. No, we're not done with this topic yet.
That revolver, huh? Came back around for you.
Uh-huh. All right.
So you're taking all these shots. But look, this is what I would say. Lou kind of alluded to it earlier. I think it's not going to be a high scoring game. It might be a defensive back and forth, but this is a rivalry game. But I think it's going to be more. I do feel like we're going to score. I'm torn between 20 and 24 points. So, I like our run game. I'm gonna give us the benefit of the doubt and say 24. And I think we'll play very, very, very well against. We are going to play very well against the Jets defensively, and I'm going to give them. Should I give them 13 or 14? I'm gonna give them 13 points. So I'm gonna go 24-13.
Okay. Lou, you want to go?
Jess, go ahead.
I was saying 21-17 Miami.
Miami, of course. Yeah, Miami. Niner Jets got more confidence than I do in our defense. Shout out to you, Niner. Niner 87 say 21-10 Jets.
Mm-hmm.
Dolphins 21-10, Jets 10.
Look at the producer.
G2 say 15-9 Jets, all field goals. Yeah. Producer in the back says 30-6. Hey, should we ask the question?
Yeah, who's scoring 30?
Thank
Producer
you.
up in the back.
You know what they're gonna say. Steve says.
You know what I wonder though, Tone?
Huh?
You know what I wonder? Whose score prediction? Well, there's probably two people I could think of, but somebody in particular that I wonder what their score prediction is.
Who?
Alex.
Who?
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Gameway 305 is getting to her. That's crazy. Yo. Whoa.
That's some nasty work.
Sorry, Lou.
30-5 Dolphins. Gameboy 305. Steve said 4 rushing TDs, 35-10. Dolphins or Jets, Steve. Same. Yeah. You're not gonna get off with that. 987 says A-Chain goes off for 3 tutties. Shout out to 987. That's a 49er fan respecting A-Chain. That's why she's my bestie.
That's a
Look,
fact.
Mudbone probably gonna predict us to lose. Get your prediction, Mudbone.
Are we gonna ask Lou? Or are you just gonna
Lou.
read everybody in the chat?
No. We gotta entertain the chat too.
That is true.
I'm gonna go 20-17 Dolphins.
Okay. Yeah. That's cool. 90 is Mr. Yes, that is Mr. Oh, I like that Waller score. I like that. Crypto said 37-13. The Jets 37, Dolphins 13. Crypto, get out of here. Niner 87 is Mystic's brother. Yes, Crypto. That's him. If you be over here enough, you wouldn't know that, sir. But I'm sorry. No. I had a bonus question for you. You brought something to my attention, 2 things to my attention. And it relates to Tua and his treatment. One was they was talking about the coaches. That's the one I brought. I'm sorry. The one I brought to your attention. Sorry, it seemed like we. I wonder, that's why. The one I brought to your attention is the one that was on Joe Rose with Mike Florio talking about how the Dolphins need to stop basically tiptoeing around Tua and make him put on his big boy pants and go out there and play football. And then you know, not knowing, you sent me, you dear me, you sent me a text about the way they was questioning how the players seems to be sweeping it on the rug, so to speak, and making excuses for him. Now, when we're over here, I know the two nears are not going to like this segment. Now, when we're over here pointing out things and holding him accountable and seeing the lack of him being held accountable and the way that Mike McDaniel called him, and now, right, we're getting words coming out. It's part of the players as well, which, I had an idea, and I posed this question to y'all before. I don't know, Jess and Lou, if y'all remember, I said, do y'all think it's people that believe in Tua, that are on Tua's side, and they basically take up for him when he's being criticized, right? Because I'm like, that is the definition of a divided locker room. When we said the players was coming out and started saying things about Tua, but I'm like, there are players that are on his side. That's why blame Tony Mystic. Wow. That's why it's a divided locker room. Now, with these reports coming out, Lou, what are your thoughts? Because I know you're really big on people holding people accountable and keeping the same energy, and especially from the player standpoint. So now that this came out, man, Lou, talk to us, my brother.
Well, Tone, and these are the conversations that I do like to have, because when we were kind of talking about it the other day, and I used the example of, well, we kill Mike McDaniel for not, we kill him for playing nice with Tua, right? And it's warranted when we kill him. And I brought up the fact that these players, again, should kill him. And your rebuttal was, well, it's different between players and coaches and stuff. And Tone, I agree, man. You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm not telling you you're wrong. I agree, right? But I will say, remember, before even the season started or early in the season, we were having those conversations about, man, is there, there's no leader on the team. Like, the de facto leader should be Tua, but obviously Tua's not it. Who's going to step into that role? Like, we were having those conversations. Tone, I sent you the thing with Rich Eisen. Rich Eisen went on his show and basically came out and said he believes Devon A-Chain should be up for the running of Offensive Player in the Year.
Yes.
He said he's breaking records this season. Bro, he's on pace to 17, almost 1,800 yards total from scrimmage. When I hear that and I see that, Tone, if there's a person, Tone, Jess, that should be able to say something to Tua, it's a guy like Devon A-Chain. And Tone, when I hear you say, well, it's not maybe A-Chain's personality, and it's not Jalen Waddle's personality, again, bro, those are valid arguments. right? But I am big on something, Tone, and I think this is a way maybe for me to kind of reach you a little bit in the aspect. Because I've heard you say it. If you seen me moving flawed, Tone, if I was doing things that maybe, again, wasn't, I don't want to say to anybody's liking, but if I was just, again, I was moving sideways, you as my brother
Mm-hmm.
are going to come up to me and let me know, right? All I'm saying is, if these players really, because I do think they like Tua, right? They care about Tua.
Mm-hmm.
But if I'm your brother's keeper, bro, I got to tell you, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, bro, like you can't, what's going on with you? Like, either you're not putting in the work, something has to be addressed with Tua. And when you hear things like, and again, shout out to Steve, he was in the space earlier. He played us some clips of Omar Kelly and Isaiah Smalls, and Tone, you brought up the Mike Florio thing. It's too many people at this point are just taking a back seat, Tone, to Tua, right? Remember, bro, Mike Florio's exact words, Tone, was they're tiptoeing around him.
Yes.
What? What was that?
No. He was taking a joke about Alex. Hey, we see
Oh, yeah,
Alex.
I say that. Yeah.
That was funny to me. I'm sorry.
All I'm saying is, bro, like at some point, and again, y'all know me. I came up with the motto hands and feet.
Yes.
Even if it's not hands and feet, Tone, Jess, something has to be said. At this point, man, it's 6 years. If this organization or players in this locker room, after 6 years, are still having to walk on eggshells and not be able to have the tough conversations with whatever player it is. No, I think we have more fundamental problems, Tone, Jess, than it's just meets to eye, right? Like I don't understand. Like Jess is my sister, Tone is my brother, the producer in the back. They know what it is, right? Like
Yeah.
there's people I rock with, there's people I care about, and I'm just saying, I've always been the type of person, whether it's good, bad, whether we're gonna fight, argue, whatever, it's gonna make us better at the end. I just think that they gotta stop pussyfooting around this guy and figure out what's going on with him. But all this Tone, this sugarcoating everything and patting him on his back and kissing him on his forehead and telling him everything's gonna be okay. Nah, bro, this can't continue, man. I don't like nothing about it, Tone. So I just don't understand why it is no one is able to go up to this kid. Like, is he so soft? Well, like weak-minded that anything someone says to him is good. It's that much of an issue. Nah, bro. I'm sorry, man. This is bad, Tone. Jess.
Yep. So let me focus on the Mike Florio portion of it first. And I just want to point out that he said that, and the reason why they're tiptoeing and being on eggshells around him is because they believe if he doesn't feel basically good and happy go lucky and he feels the pressure, that they don't think they can get the best out of him. I'm sorry, but football is a pressure sport. Like there's a saying, pressure bursts pipes. And so that part, I just wanted to get that part out there so people can understand that, right? Now, Lou, I kept on trying to tell Steve to play it again because I wanted to hear it. Because me and you have always been on opposite side, and I stand on what I say, like, and I want to be able to say it in the right, correct way to say, okay, this is why I don't think that's a problem. But today, I want him to play that because now, to your point, see, when you put that out and said, if I see you moving flawed, I'm going to step to you. It's not going to be in a public setting unless it's something in the public setting I think needs to be said, right? But I'm going to step to you, right? But what I'm not going to do, and this is where I think I'll move more towards your side of the argument. I'm not going to not criticize you, not critique you, and not, do anything to tear you down because that's just not my culture. I'm not that person. I let people do them things. But that same person can't be out there making excuses for him either. Because that's enabling. Stay in your lane. If that's not your character, You cannot be the one that don't get into people issue and stay out of it. And I say, okay, leadership is not his role, but you can't aid that. You can't. I would never be that type of person because now you're picking and choosing. Keep your mouth closed when he's doing bad. Stay in your lane, and when he's doing good, stay in your lane. Don't try to say, "Oh no, but well, this is no," because that's part of being an enabler, and I don't like that. So if they come out like when he was saying, "Yeah, no, we laugh at it, we do all that," okay, cool, because you understand that come with the territory. But excuse making, no, we don't play them games over there, right? And someone has to hold him accountable. See, now when you said Achane has those numbers, he should be someone that goes to tour and say, "Nah, I need you to get it together," because he's out there getting it. He's putting his all
in a leadership role. Absolutely.
Right.
Yep.
Now, if it's not his character, cool. I wouldn't like for him to do that. The same thing we said on the remember offseason, we said we would like for Waddle to be one of those guys.
Absolutely.
To go to him because you're his friend, you played with him damn near his whole career, and demand the football, but he don't do it. I'm not gonna kill you for that not being your character. I don't like it, I don't prefer it, but I'm not gonna kill you. And I've never pushed back with you saying you would like to. My only pushback is I'm not gonna kill him for it. But no, you gotta stay in your lane. So if there's players that's out here making excuses for him, when are you holding him accountable? See, if you're gonna say, well, he did this, no, this is why. No. Now, when are you holding him accountable? Because when that film come out and you see him throwing interceptions and you see him with accuracy as his calling card, and Waddle, you are in between the safety and the cornerback, and all you got to do is make one of those accurate throws, and you throw an interception because you overthrow Waddle. Are you going to critique him with that? Are you going to say to it, there's no excuse for that? Now, this, I'm not going to kill you for that, but come on, bro, I need you to do better for that. See, you can't have it one way or the other. I mean, you can't have it one way or the other. No, you got to keep it straight down the middle on both sides. Either you're a leader or you aren't. But nah, I'm never going to agree to people coming out there calling at him because I don't like that. And I said, the way that you combat that is you get more people in this locker room that's going to hold them accountable, but it have to be guys like an Achane that's productive. And when he goes to the higher ups, either it's the coach or the GM or the owner, because you know how it works in here. Collectively, you can go to anyone. That guy, his name and his word is going to hold some weight because the production he's giving you. You're not going to be so easy to get rid of him and choose between him and Tua because his production. Can you imagine if Achane had a problem with this? He could walk straight up to Mike McDaniels, Stephen Ross, Garfinkel, Brandon Shaw, whoever, Champ Caddy, whoever you think is calling a shot, he could walk to any of them people and demand something happen and demand some accountability to be had because he's out there having the Dolphins being talked about. He's the one player out. No, I'm sorry. Him and Jordan Brooks are the two players that when they come back and when they come out and talk about this NFL in general, you got to talk about Brooks leading the league in tackles. And you got to talk about Achane and his production being third in rushing and sixth in total production. Two ain't in no top 10 in no categories except for interceptions. So those two guys, I would prefer go to them and say, nah, something got to happen. Because those are the guys that coaches, if you're a great coach, you listen to the players on the field because they are the one that's going to war with them. So for these type of things to come out, and the outsiders started noticing, which they probably have already, and they're getting tired. They like, come on. Do you know what that sound like when you got Mike Florio saying, yo, y'all tell Tua to put on his big boy pants. This is football.
Well, that's the point right there. Like, and again, bro, it's Tua, right? We're talking about Tua, but there's people in this world, right? And I'm gonna say it in a way where hopefully just it resonates, right? If I, as a person, right? If Tone, if Jess, whoever, right? And I'm using us three as the example because we're up here. If I come out and I tell Tone something, at this point in me and Tone's, again, relationship, right? How our inner workings, Tone should understand whatever I'm telling him, it's coming from a place of good, not bad.
Yes, exactly. And
You
that's
see what
what
I'm
really
saying?
matters.
And
Exactly, man.
that's what really matters. You see what I'm saying? Even if it comes out wrong. Again, I know Tone is a strong personality. His voice gets loud, this, that, and third. If he's telling me something with
See, I
a
don't like the
loud
way Jess.
voice, and well, I'm just saying,
No,
if
I'm saying
you're
I don't like the way Jess agreed with that. Like,
oh
yeah,
yeah,
I
yeah,
don't know.
right. Well, I'm just saying, bro. Like, you gotta understand, it's coming from a place of love. Like, it's I don't understand when I hear the words. To your point, Tone, they're asking, they gotta put his big boy pants on. It's like anything you tell him, it gets him completely like sheltered. It's like, oh my God, I can't believe you're talking to me like that. Why would you say that to me? This because they care about you. That's why they're telling you because they want you at your best, right? And sometimes it's hard to hear the truth. We all understand it, but this sensitive mindset, bro. Like the Mike Florio thing, Tone Jess, it's so concerning because the
Yes.
aspect of what he was saying and how he said it. Like they gotta tiptoe, they gotta watch out. Tone just told you, Mike Florio said the organization would be concerned of if they would lose him, if he would start playing bad and stuff. Like, listen to how that sounds, bro. It's like if I can't tell you something because I might lose you. Like, nah, bro, I'm sorry. You're not mentally in the right state of mind, bro. I don't understand it. To be honest, Tone, Jess, I ain't gonna lie. It's sickening at this point. It's sad, bro. It's sad. It's a sad situation that this is really our reality. This is like we're living through this. I don't understand, bro.
Now, Lou, I want to ask you a question, and Jess, you can answer this as well. Um, the timing of this type of stuff coming out, and the platform that is coming out on, right? Like the one with Mike Florio, that is Joe Rose show. I don't know if y'all anyone that's here local. That's the Miami Dolphins local channel. That's the local channel for all sports Miami. And y'all, everyone know Joe Rose played with Dan Marino, a former player on the team. And if you want to know a lot of the hard truths about this team, this season Joe Rose has been exposing them. He exposed what we all used to complain about is when you be critical of this team. Lewis says this all the time when it comes to this channel. We don't have aspirations to be fan of the year. Because to do that for this team, you have to always be positive. 24/7 positivity about this team. And Joe Rose literally said, oh, I haven't been on the inside as of late, and because of my criticism, and we know what that is, but he has to keep it real. And he's disappointed in his team. OJ McDuffie came out and said, I cannot be on the whatever that I forgot the podcast, the fist take, right? This week, because I don't have nothing positive to say about this team. I'm highly disappointed. And he gave his take on this team. This is when we was 1-6, I think, or 1-7. He gave his take on the team on his own social media platform. But acknowledge the fact that he can't go on those channels and be like that because the way the Miami Dolphins organization like for them to speak up on his team. So for Joe Rose to allow Mike Florio to say that on his channel, I don't know. You can look at it one or two ways, and I'm gonna ask you and just you and Lou this. Do y'all think that's a message being sent to it that his days might be numbered?
Oh, absolutely, bro. I think again, Tone, I've been saying it for a while. I even said it before the season started. I was saying it last year. The honeymoon stage is over. Well, I think it's been over from an organizational standpoint, for a long time, at least with Stephen Ross, with the willingness to move off of Tua. But from the McDaniel, and again, I'm not saying they don't like him, Tone, but to answer your question, yeah, bro, you could tell Mike McDaniel's frustrated with Tua.
Mhm.
You can see it on his
Started
face
last
when
season,
during
remember?
it
It wasn't
started
even last
last season. Yeah, bro, you could see it. So yeah, listen, I think the writing's on the wall, and I think you're making a very good point. It's one thing for Dolphins Twitter or Dolphins YouTube and just whatever, us as the people, we talk about it. Tone, Jess, it's Joe Rose. Tone is in the city. That is a Miami Dolphin radio station. You don't think the Dolphins just heard what Mike Florio was saying?
Of course they did.
You don't think that PR team, whoever that lady is, Stephen Ross, Tom Garfinkel, the players in that locker room, you don't think they're hearing that? So listen, man, I think, again, Tone, to answer your question, yes, I think the writing is on the wall with Tua. And again, now I'll ask another question to follow up on that. Do you think the way, and we're talking about Tua and maybe him being a little fragile with the mindset, and if Tua hears this or when he gets wind of this, right? Do you think he folds under the pressure? Do
Mm,
do you think these
maybe.
conversations being had make him, again? Tone, you brought up the pressure makes diamonds or it bursts pipes.
Yep.
Which one do you think, with these conversations now being had, do you think Tua is more of the diamond or more of the busted pipe?
That pipe is gonna burst.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Mm.
I'm trying to see. Is it Ann Nolan? Is either Ann Nolan or Vera, one of the ladies, young ladies' name. But yeah, I just think and this is just my own personal opinion. What could possibly be happening is they putting that pressure on him. See how you gonna react. Listen, it's sink or swim time now, which it should have been like that. Because he pointed out, right? Mike Florio pointed out all of the mistakes that the Dolphins had made leading up to Tua, right? Now he went one step further than I did. He said they picked up the fifth year option. I don't think they should have did that. He started off with not even picking up his fifth year option. And then he said they didn't let him play on a fifth year option. I would have let him, if you pick it up, you should have let him play on a fifth year option. And he said, and then you gave him a huge contract. And you don't expect him to put on his big boy pants? He said, come on, it's football, guys. How do you pay a guy with that mindset that you have to worry if he's going to be motivated if he get criticized? And that you have to operate, and not just them, that everyone around them have to operate as if he has to be in a positive mindset in order for them to get the best out of him. That's what his words, not mine. Now, I was one of the ones, obviously, fifth year option, let him play on it. But this is not good. Like, just think about it, and it's injuries, mindset, and now production on the field. Come on, man. Even in baseball, 3 strikes you out. That doesn't bode well. And I think, and last but not least, before, because I wanted to, and Lou, I wanted to point this part out. And it's more towards, I said I wasn't a tutor, but this on our show. So the train is coming. Guess what? He said about the GM, bringing in a new GM. He said keeping Mike McDaniel could put a hindrance in the next GM coming in. And his reason was it's kind of like the same situation back in I forgot what year he said the year, right? With Chicago when they brought in their GM and that the head coach that they was planning on firing him, but they wanted him to finish out, I don't know, with his contract or with the quarterback or something, right? And he said they did very well that game. I mean that season. He did very well, and he ended up being stuck with him for more seasons than he would have liked. And he's saying the Miami Dolphins keeping Mike McDaniel around, and he was saying he think it was solely because of Tua, right? He think that could put a hindrance to the type of GMs that will come in here. And he said, now this is what he said. Now, mind you, I've been said this forever. He said, now you tell me as a GM, would you rather wait for an opportunity or the opening of someone that you don't have to handcuff yourself to a quarterback and hope? This is what he said. Hope that he doesn't do well, because if he does, then you can't. There's no justification for firing him. Or would you just rather wait for or would you just want to walk into that situation and just be fine with that? He said he don't think GM would be lining up to go sign up for the Miami Dolphin job if they're faced with that situation. So what are y'all, Jess, you two, you and Lou, what's your thought process on that? Lou there? Okay.
Yeah, I didn't know if Jess was gonna answer.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, I would say that's a strong point by Mike Florio. Tone, you've been saying that, and again, I agree with that. Like, I don't see the point, and I'm talking about from the Dolphin organization. Like, if your plan is to give like Champ Kelly a shot next season, let's say Champ Kelly is the guy you're gonna at least give him 1 year on the job, then yes, Mike McDaniel should come back, in my opinion, because at the end of the day, they're working together now. They've been winning together. I get it. It's cool, right? But again, to Mike Florio's point, to your point, Tone, and it's a very good one. If the Dolphins have any idea or their plan is to bring in a new general manager, if that general manager says Mike McDaniel's not my guy, I want to fire him or I don't want him here, then I think the organization should let that new general manager do that. But if the plan is to bring a new guy in, but then have to tell him or force Mike McDaniel on him or Tua or anybody else for that matter in this building on that new general manager, then nah, bro. I don't agree with that. I think if you're bringing in someone new and you're giving them basically the keys to the franchise, like, hey, you're my general manager. Go build the team the way you think it should be built. Then I think that said person should have that opportunity. Don't handcuff anybody that you're trying to bring in. So now I think it's a very good point by you and Mike Florio, Tone.
Jess?
I'm gonna agree with Lou there. You're gonna bring someone new in. I don't know. Just let everybody go. I don't like anybody anymore on this team.
Oh, you've been on that. Let everybody go too. Like,
I have been on that side. So yeah, I'm definitely, if you're bringing in someone new and they want to bring new people in, let them. Why force them to be like, you're already starting out on a bad foot if you don't.
I think the biggest question is, what GM don't want to bring their own guys in when they
exactly
come in?
like who's not going to want to?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't see why somebody would come in and be like, I'm okay with what's already happening. Like, your primary goal when you were hired is to get this team success. Obviously that success hasn't been working. So Sorry, I was
You see
reading
it.
Mystic's comment. Like,
That's it. Yeah, you see it. Get a Mystic.
yeah, no, no.
So listen, let me tell y'all something. I don't know if I told this story before, and I used to work, right? I used to work at Lowe's while ago, back in I forgot, 2003, I think it was 2004, oh 06, something like that, right? And we had a store manager. He was considered a hard, tough nosed guy, and then we had another one, and two two store managers got, one of them got transferred and the other one got fired, right? So this dude came in, the new one, his name Elliot. I know his name. I remember his name. His name was Elliot. And he came in and he was getting rid of everybody. I mean everybody. Called me in the office and we were talking. And he was just seeing my mindset and stuff like that. And I had voice. He was like, he told me to speak freely, and I was like, um, I'm like, why you getting rid of some of the people that worked hard, you know? And we had a good team overnight. Like I don't know what what was going on, but it seemed like you have a no nonsense policy. Like I'm not afraid to say what I gotta say because I do. I'm always, no matter what I do, I did 100%. I'm not motivated by impressing people. That's just how I was raised. That's my principle, my standards. That's how me. That's how I carry myself. You know what I'm saying? I have my own integrity. I don't work for you or no one else, right? When I walk through these doors, I choose to do it. So I'm gonna give my 100 because I chose to come to work. So I'm like, but I don't appreciate how, I think you just get rid of people. And like I don't understand that mindset. Like you're supposed to keep the good people and get rid of the ones that's not working. And he looked at him, he said, you know what, I respect your opinion because that is true. You want, if you have good people, you want to keep them and you want to compound them. So he said, now look at it from my standpoint. He said, coming into this job, you got to do the interview. I'm aware that the first manager got transferred because of the employees that he hired. The second manager got fired because of the employees that he hired. And he said, so when I come in here, why would I want to keep anyone that got their manager fired or their boss fired? He literally said to me like that. He said, just think about, if you're in my shoes, why would you want, what will make you say, okay, keep those guys around when this team got him fired? So a manager that's coming in, because I see some people saying, oh, they have the good offense, they have this. Niners say, I think a new GM would be happy with being able to pick the quarterback, aka face of the franchise. Yeah, but a lot of y'all are under the impression that he would want to keep Mike McDaniel, not understanding that the GM got fired under his regime. That GM ain't get fired under Flores' regime, but he got fired under Mike McDaniel's regime. With Tua at quarterback, with Waddle at receiver, with Achane at running back, with Brewer at center, with Sela at D tackle. And I'm just trying to name people that we tend to give, passes to. All these people was here when that GM got fired. That's all I'm asking you. See, like he say, I think if Tua was not on this team, offense wouldn't be so toxic. Okay. But that GM had how many regimes? One too many. You're looking at it from you as a standpoint, as a fan, and because you like Mike McDaniel. You're completely negating the fact of what the GM is going to look at it. You want him to come in and then risk, oh, maybe it wasn't Mike McDaniel. Maybe no. Who wants to come in here first? The first decision you make is a hope and a prayer. The unknown. And you gonna put your job on the line for that? Nah. So from when I heard that, my whole mindset switched, and I said, it's not the manager job to find the good workers. It's the workers' job to show that new manager or boss, to show him that he's one of the ones that's worth keeping. Because that manager don't know none of y'all. Only thing he know about y'all is y'all got the last person fired. That's the only thing he knows. And I'm going to be willing to keep them people around. Would y'all do that? Be honest. Don't think of it as, oh, I know Mike McDaniel and I believe in him. Think of it. You don't. Yeah, I'm watching that, but my job is on the line. Are you willing to put your job on the line for Mike McDaniel if you're a new GM? Yes, Lou. Are y'all willing to go that route? If y'all the new GM coming in,
Well, for me, it's tough because again, you're talking to you know, I got to put myself is as if I was coming in as the new general manager. I would have to look and assess the situation.
mm-hmm.
If it was me, looking at, again, the body of work of how I'm going to analyze Mike McDaniel as, again, the head coach and de facto like offensive coordinator. Again, if it was me, I think at least for one season, I keep Mike McDaniel. I think
No, not that question. I understand that. I'm saying, would you be willing to put your job on the line? Like if he don't this season, if he fails, your job is on the line because you choose to keep him.
if that was so you're saying if the Dolphins told the general manager that,
Yeah,
then
your job, right?
then no, I would no. Then I would get rid of Mike McDaniel because I'm not losing my job on the aspect of an unknown guy that's not my guy. Again, I'm not putting my job on risk for not my guy. No, no.
Yeah. Just you.
I'm definitely not putting my job on the line. That's not happening. There's a comment I was looking at.
Go ahead.
Oh my gosh, where did it go? I'll find it in a minute. It was, I don't know who it was anymore, but it was somebody. I'm trying to skim through and read. It wasn't that long ago. I don't know why I can't see it on here.
Who was it?
I don't know.
All right. Well,
I'll find it eventually.
See, this what I would, because of his ability to build an offensive scheme. See, Niner, that's why I said take your bias out. You like Mike McDaniel. You appreciate what he's doing. Now, that same coach with that ability to build the offensive scheme, go look at his offensive productions late in the season and it gets plus 500 teams. Then you come back to me.
I can't find it, but I want to comment on this. This is probably why I say as a new GM, I would let
great
everybody
point,
go.
Steve. I didn't even break that up because I didn't want to focus on the bias of what we do, of what we know. Yeah, please, Nina, and when you're going to be highly disappointed when you see the offensive production.
But wait,
go ahead.
That's why I said, as a new GM, you come in and let everybody go. Obviously, as a new GM, if you come in and you're like, this head coach went over his previous GM's head, you know that your head coach has no loyalty to you. That's just how it is. Anything from any position that anybody has ever had, I'm sure there's plenty of people that in here that have been managers and whatever else not. You start as a new job and you start in a supervisory role in any way, shape, or form, you know that somebody on your team is going to have loyalty to the person that you just took their job. And then you have the people that didn't have any loyalty to that person at all. So coming in and just letting everybody go and picking your own people from the start, you're picking the people that are going to have loyalty to you and make sure that your position is secured because they're going to do their best. Yeah. And that's just how it is.
Yes. Yeah, everybody want to call me today. What the hell going on? But now, you see how Steve pointed that out. That's a good. And these are the tough conversations we have to have when we have a personal bias towards someone that we have a liking to, right? We've taken a liking to Mike McDaniel. Like I'm looking at the film, and I'm like, my only issue, and Lou know that. Okay, Tony, you can't get over that. But I like Mike McDaniel. I think he could be successful. Like I'm looking at this offense, like how Niner looking at 87 and saying, man, do you see the offense he put around? Let that go somewhere else, and you're gonna be kicking yourself in the ass because you let that go. But that's me because I'm watching them and I'm like, yeah. But as a whole, I got to look at it as result based as a GM, because no matter how much Lou would go out here and fight for Chris Greer and say, well, look at the players he brought in, they performing. Guess what? The results are not showing, and he end up out the building. So I have to take a step back and look at it from that standpoint. I can't blame him. In a perfect scenario, I would think Mike McDaniel will be able to get his get a new quarterback and show how good and productive this team could be with a competent quarterback. That's what I think that'll be pretty good for us, because I'm not mad at Mike McDaniel. I'm looking at this scheme like, man, God, dog, if you just do your thing, you won't be in this position. But from a GM on the outside looking in, I gotta just keep it objective. He might look. That's why, it rarely happens. It rarely happens when a new GM come in and don't clean house and bring his guys in, because to Jesse's point, it's guys that he can trust. Now I didn't even bring up the part about him because I wanted to just keep it strictly objective and take away the fandom. But a GM is going to come in and look at it from that standpoint where what Steve brought forward to us. He's going to look at it. This coach is going over his GM head. I don't even know you like that, my brother. I wasn't even here when they brought you in. So what am I expecting for you to do? If he was to maintain or retain Mike McDaniel, and Mike McDaniel go over his head, and you know how cool him and Ross is, that's your fault for retaining him, because you knew this coming in. Now, if you feel like you could win with him and cool, yeah, that's cool. But just understand, when on the other side of that fence, if it happens that way, it's your fault, because you knew that coming in, that this is the type of guy that you decided to retain. So that's the one. Niner Mike. I mean 987. I keep saying that. 987. Guess what? Who advocated to get him paid? Who kept him around? This is what GM's going to talk. Now, word on the street says your GM didn't want him. Word in the street says your capologist didn't want him. The word on the street is you went over their head to keep this guy in the building. I don't know if I want to work with a guy like that. I could say that decision eventually got the GM fired because of the lack of production from the team. Chris Greer don't get fired if we 8 and how many games we played so far? 12. If we were 8-4, you don't get fired. Chris Greer's still in the building. That's just these are facts. Yes, you could tell you and your brother are brothers. That same guy who gave his best season of his career. And what results did it yield? Our GM getting fired. So facts, that's still not gonna change. You're not, no matter what positive you point at Tua, and I mean Mike McDaniel, when I give you the results, it's gonna always be failure. Didn't get the job done. I tell you, look, this is versed in the two and this. Look, same Miami situation, people not being able to carry their own weight. Okay. And those people are still in the, but you want to retain the people that are in the building that allowed this to happen. Him advocating for his guy doesn't mean he's a bad coach. It doesn't prove he's a good one either. Doesn't prove he's a good one. If anything, it proves that he's not a good evaluator. So everything, I'm telling you, everything you can say, when you go look at, see, you know what people say? Lou and who that was, Rashad, I think, got in an argument, and I got into it too. I think Steve as well, right? We always having a debate because he would talk about, oh, I need my team to win good, and you got to blow teams out and this and that. And I came up and I gave the Kansas City close wins, barely skating off against the bottom tier teams last year, and that team made the NFL. I mean the Super Bowl, but they didn't win good. And Lou pointed out something that was amazing. That W is a W no matter if you win by 50. Like when he pointed out, we beat Denver Broncos by 50 that year. Did that 50 point prove that this team was competing against the top tier team? No, because they still failed against them, even though they dominated the bottom tier teams. And then when we beat the Commanders and the Saints by 3 and whatever, I forgot points that we beat by the Saints by 4 points. When we beat them by that amount of points, no, 3 points, sorry. It still don't prove whether we can, compete against the top echelon teams or not. It's just a W. When you go back 30 years from now, no one is going to say, well, how did they get that W? Was it a 50-point win? No, you're going to see that record and say, okay, they had a good season. No one is going to bring up, well, I ain't going to say no one, but most people aren't going to bring up how many single possession games Kansas City won in a row. They just going to see that they went 14-2 that year, or 15-2 that year. That's all they're going to say. So if you come to me and say, oh, but the coach did this and he had this and he had that, yeah, that's good. And I'm rooting for him. I'm rooting for him. But from the outside looking in and a new GM coming in, I don't think no GM will want to keep around a guy that's failed the team, especially with the talent that he had on this team. That was an underachieving team. Was it his fault? No. It wasn't his fault. I'll blame it. I'll put 95% of it on Tua. We all know this. His lack, but you're still part of an organization that is going through a change. And that change that they're going through typically requires or comes with the firing of the whole majority of the staff. Let's just be real. You're part of that. So I'm just saying, if a GM come in that don't want to keep them around, we got to understand it from that standpoint too. Now I'm not, like what Lewis said about, seeing what Mike McDaniel could do and capable of. I think a GM will be very smart to take a look at it from that standpoint. And say, well, man, I already know what I got in him. That'll eliminate a coaching search for me right there. You know how stressful it is to get the right guy in the building? And you're going to be faced with that task walking in the building. If I could skip first and second base and start off on scoring position, well, second base is scoring position, sorry. But if I could start off on second base and scoring position, why not? Hey, listen. I'm willing to keep you around, but this quarterback decision maker, this gonna fall on me. Hey, Ross, when it comes to player personnel, if I have to deal with you and Mike McDaniel, word being final over mine, then this is not the job for me. Of course, I want the input because I want to get the quarterback or the players that my coach think he needs to win. But sorry, your decision making on quarterback, which is the most important position on the football team, I can't trust your decision making yet. That could be a conversation to be had. But I think we should look at it from all perspectives than just ours, because you know what I'm saying, we see the what you call that? Not the promise, but we see the possibilities with Mike McDaniel. You know, we see it. You're very capable. You're very talented. So, but that's my take. There you go, Jess. That's a long drawn out segment that got us to 141. You see, you was complaining about it earlier, but I said we had a bonus question. I also think okay, that's y'all going at it in the chat. Okay, cool. Lou, you got anything else? I think just you know, a son beginning on the whole time.
Yeah. Nah, Tone, I'm good.
But I just think that's something that we should look at. I don't know if Jess back. I don't want to end it without her being able to give a final piece if she had. You got anything before we get out of here? I ain't want you to, what I'm saying? Say I was trying to get rid of you.
Oh,
kick
no,
you
I heard you. I heard you. I was, tending to Liam here. So just, made sure. But I heard
around them because I don't want none of them getting sick because you just can't get over it. Can't shake it.
I know.
Listen, man, it's still 20 of y'all in the building. Make sure y'all hit that subscribe button. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Help grow the channel, help the channel grow. As you can see, we do the tough conversations, even though I know y'all just thought it was all about the game tomorrow. But no, we had some news here, and we got through all of the questions and a bonus question. Appreciate you, Mystic and Niner, 87 and Steve, going back and forth. Game Boy, man, you just hating on me, so I ain't even gonna say nothing about that. Pablo Diaz, my bad, I missed this question. Which football mind would you trust more between Mike McDaniel or Chris Greer? That is a good question, Pablo Diaz. I don't think Mike McDaniel has been here long enough for me to choose over him, but Chris Greer has way more to go and pick and choose. So it'll be easier to dissect him and pick more negatives from him than it could be on Mike McDaniel because he doesn't have that much experience, right? So we'll see. Burrow, he said Burrow is going to get his coach fired. The lack of Burrow not being there is possibly. And that I think the defense is going to get that coach fired because Burrow last year, 4 games, scoring 35 or 38 or more and losing. That's not Joe Burrow. I think that's a laughable thing. But Joe Burrow getting his coach fired? ? Yeah, that's kind of crazy. Good conversation, 987. Much love, Blitz pickup. Take care, be safe. Listen, y'all be safe, man. 19 of y'all. Lou, man, get us up out of here, my brother.
Hey, man, y'all know what it is. This has been the Friday episode of the Blitz Pickup. For Tone, for Jazz, for the producer, for myself. We'll see y'all Sunday for the call of the game between the Dolphins and the New York Jets. The revolver tonight, Tone, and this is specifically for you. The revolver goes to all the Miami Hurricane fans that will not be playing no football tomorrow, but we'll have a lot of time to watch all the football games tomorrow. Shout out to the UM fans.
Yeah, I pay attention to that BYU game. Texas Tech, let's get it.